The interesting thing about the example there, about that fantasy example, like,
who said it was fantasy?
Like, yes, you just showed up at my house. We will do a 6-man bracket and then leave.
Yeah, like, I don't know if cryptids exist, but Zephyr gives the best case for it in the Smash community because he will, like, find a tournament, teleport there, and just, like, usually get top 8 at the very least. At the very least. I don't know. But here we go, getting right into it. Looks like they had a little technical difficulty, but, I mean, Zephyr's side B works, and that's all he needs for a lot of damage right there in the opening salvo of the set.
Yep. All right, that's far as Zephyr taking a quick early lead. Both of them going for their multi-hit side Bs. Neither hitting.
Nice. I feel like Zephyr gets more off his side B in the early percents, but as time goes on, Dexter gets a lot more off that, especially if Cloud doesn't have a limit, because it will force him off stage with the higher percents. And Dexter's, as we see almost every week, Dexter's really good at trapping people on the ledge. Although today, it hasn't really been as good. His neutral's been as great as ever, but his ledge trapping hasn't really been up to snuff with what I expect. And oh no, unfortunate limit burn. Zephyr has to burn his jump, and luckily that platform's there to give him the assist.
All right, going to throw him right back off, maintaining stage control. All right. Dexter's just going to retreat to that platform, going to be fortunate there. And as it disappears, able to get right behind Zephyr, put on pressure more from a advantageous stage position.
Nice.
Ooh, okay, good stuff. Whiffs the initial edge guard, manages to get the recovery, which Zephyr was absolutely not expecting.
Yeah, and that's one of the few woes of Cloud Strife. Offstage, he is fairly weak, especially if your character has a big disjoint like that. So.
Yep. And actually, now I think about it, if he was using his up B there, then he just couldn't have teched anyways.
Isn't that untechable like only like near the apex?
Yeah.
Okay.
Interestingly enough, the limit is the same, except it has a different amount of frames where it's untechable.
That's weird. But that was actually a really smart limit charge right there by Zephyr. Recognizing his position, I was like, all right, I'm dead anyway if I don't do this. Let me just see how much limit I have.
Right.
Still making it back and still keeping himself in it. He needs to make stock happen now soon, though. Or soon. Preferably now. But Dexter's spacing is just too pristine. Hitting a 4 off that up air.
Honestly, and maybe it's just because of the opponents he's been facing tonight, if there's anything that I've been noticing about Zephyr's play, it's that his neutral is perfectly fine. It's good as usual, but it seems like he's struggling a little bit more to get these kills.
I mean, that's kind of the hard part of this game. Well, yeah, that's kind of the hard part of this game at times, because he was fishing right there, and that was why he didn't want to like fish too hard for a kill move. Yeah. Once you start throwing those haymakers, especially at those higher percents, you give a lot of information away to your opponent later on.
Absolutely.
Because like now in game 2, like Dexter knows that Zephyr might not be getting those kills that he needs. And honestly, if my ears are serving me right,
yep,
Zephyr might be trying to bet it all right here on the prize fighter himself, Pequeño Maco.
Yep, and the thing is,
Spanish.
The thing is, his little Mac is actually no slouch. His little Mac, he's actually taken games off of Rags with his little Mac, honestly.
Okay.
So he's actually been working on it. His Zelda and Little Mac, despite being lower tiered characters, are actually not bad. It's like Zephyr is a good player fundamentally, so his Little Mac and his Zelda are also actually really good.
Yeah, fundamentals are so huge in this game, especially with Mac. He's just a fundamental monster. If you have a good ground game, you'll have a good Mac.
Yep.
And Zephyr, as we see with like his movement with Cloud, his ground game is definitely very solid. And it's working out for him so far, 82% racked up, and it's looking like a very hard position to get out of as Dexter just falls right into the waiting hands of Zephyr, and Zephyr is going to take that all the way to the bank. Only 34% on him, and almost that KO punch.
All right.
There we
go. Dance around, put on pressure. Manages to,
that was 2-frame, luckily. And that was a bad position by Dexter, but luckily no punish. And I think he needs to get him up to maybe 20 before it'll kill. So, yeah, Dexter needs to definitely play safe because I respect it. No, I don't respect it. I kind of respect it. And Zephyr says, come on, Dexter, just hit me. Zephyr was feeling himself just a little bit too hard there, just a little bit. But
Yep.
as Mac, I feel like that's kind of what you got to do. You live and die by the YOLO mindset, you know? You go hard, you die hard, and sometimes you win hard. That's Mac as a character.
Basically. All right.
So let's see. Dexter slowing it down is working way more in his favor. Air dodges right into his hands. And the air dodge read, no jump. Nice recovery, though. And almost gets Lilat in return, but Dexter's going to make it back. And KO punch is almost a factor that Dexter has to worry about. All right, now it's online. He will definitely die to this if it connects, but we might be too high for down tilt to KO punch to connect.
Yep. And Dexter being really smart about it, just sort of jumping around platforms.
Yeah, and getting that one little hit that he needs.
Yep. But this still isn't undoable for Zephyr. It's like this is damage that Little Mac can absolutely make up. And as a matter of fact, at ledge, he could be extremely dangerous with his kill moves, but then this is also Lucina, and that is extremely not safe.